Good morning, friends. Today we are going to study a case law relating to UK, United Kingdom. The Honorable Supreme Court of United Kingdom revisited the principle in the law of torts, that is ex terpi causa doctrine. Ex terpi causa non iter actio. Ex terpi causa non iter actio. That means an action does not rise from a dishonorable act. When you do something wrong and you won't get claim compensation, it will not be accepted. And it is otherwise called as a defense of illegality, illegality defense. Right. While disposing the case law, Acela Henderson, she is the appellant, versus Dorsal Health University, that is founded by NHS Foundation Trust. You can refer it as UK SC number 2018 by 0200, dated 2/11/2020. The Honorable UK Supreme Court held that for a wrongful act, the compensation cannot come. That is, it has revisited the ex terpi causa doctrine. Now we will go into the facts of the issue. So this Acela Henderson, she was a young lady born in the year 1971 itself. Of course, she was suffering from a psychic disorder called as schizophrenia. SCHIZOPHRANEA, schizophrenia, psychological disorder. So this schizophrenia is such a type of disease that it affects the person's ability of thinking, feeling, and taking a clear decision at the time of doing anything. That means perverted behavior they will. In other times they will look nice, but when the schizophrenia is attacked, definitely they will do whatever they like, just like autism. Of course, both of them are different, but schizophrenia is such a disease which affects a person's ability to think, feel, and behave correctly. It's affect that, right? In other words, in other times they are happy, cool, and they will be free. Right? She was suffering with the disorder. Of course, mother was not able to control her. After she becoming elder, then mother was not able to control her, and the mother took her to different hospitals. Ultimately, a judicial order has to be given under section that is a judicial order has to be given, yes, by the judge, because as per the Mental Health Act, section 17 of the Mental Health Act says 37 of the Mental Health Act says, if a person behaves abnormally, then either he can be kept under the surveillance of a community mental health supervisor, or if necessary, under section 41 of the same act, the person can be shifted to the hospital. Normally, since they are good in other times, they want to live in the community. So some supervision should be there. So the Dorsal Health University, they have accepted to take up the proposal as enunciated by the Honorable Judge. Then yes, they have accepted. They have kept her in her house. They have arranged a supportive worker, and she is looking after matters. Right? But at times, the schizophrenia was going unabated. Actually, on 21st of August 2010, the supportive worker or nurse of the hospital, she actually observed that this woman is getting irritated for each and everything, she is behaving abnormally. Then she informed the university authorities, and they said they will, you wait for a couple of days, we will take them. So actually she was supposed to be taken to the hospital on 25/8/2010. But incidentally, on 25/8/2010, actually this girl wanted to come out of the house. The mother did not accept. She just bolted the door from outside, came to the down floor, and she was making a call to the supportive worker to come immediately. But in the meantime, using all her force, Acela came out of the house. At that time, the mother was in the garden. she came with a kitchen knife. So in that condition, aggravated condition of schizophrenia, she has stabbed her mother 22 times, 22 times, and which bled profusely, and the mother died. She was on the last lap. Immediately the neighbors who saw the incident and crying of the mother, they informed the police. The police came there, by which time the mother was found dead. This woman was still present there with bleeding, with blood-stained clothes, and also the kitchen knife with blood stains. Of course, they understood the reality. They took her to the police station. Of course, a case of murder was reported. Normally when she was sent to jail, the defense of so-called McNaughton's principle, the defense of insanity was pleaded. Of course, due to which, since she was suffering from schizophrenia, basing on the hospital records, the charge of murder in our language 302 IPC was converted into manslaughter, that is 304A, 304 part 1, that is committing the culpable homicide because the intention was not there. Right, okay, so she has to plead guilty or whatever. The trial was conducted and she was sentenced to jail. She first suffered the infringement, she came out. Now our case starts now. Now she has filed a petition under civil law or a petition of torts claiming compensation from the Dorsal Health University. The failure on the part of Health University here is, already I told you, actually they wanted to shift her to the hospital on 25/8/2020, but on the same day the incident happened. So the Dorsal Health University, they pleaded liability, they expressed sorry. Actually, had they taken her to the hospital, her mother would not have died. They expressed the inability, right? So anyway, the murder case was actually lessened, the gravity was lessened, and she was convicted, and it's over. But now she filed a case of torts for damages against the hospital, right? Actually, she has filed 6-point formula, right? Damages for the depressive disorder and post-traumatic stress disorder, PSTD, you may be knowing, post-traumatic stress disorder. So damages for depressive disorder, since the Health University has not treated her properly, since therefore she got the so-called depressive disorder, due to which she committed the murder. Therefore she has to be given damages. Number 2, loss of liberty. Due to the murder, she was put in the jail, her liberty was curtailed. And loss of immunity, because she was in jail, she could not get all immunity she required, and which she get from the house. And of course, she has claimed that is pounds, 61,944 pounds. So, being the share in her mother's property, of course, which she could not inherit because of the Forfeiture Act 1982. That is a court has already forfeited the property. Of course, this a trust, Dorsal University of Health, they did not have any matter in this. Then cost of psychotherapy, they have to read. It is not possible. Then cost of manager by supportive worker, because she was not fully cured, she has to be managed by a manager or some support worker should be there. Anyway, all these things. Now, basing on the previous case, Gray versus Thomas, and the previous case, a very famous case. So, okay, I think it is Gray versus Thomas case. I did not write it. Yes, Gray versus Thames Trains Limited 2009. So similar case. What happened is this Thames was a psychological patient. So he was allowed to travel in the train, due to which he has pushed a person literally from the train and fellow died. And this man wanted compensation from the so-called railway authorities. Yeah, they allowed him to travel even though he was psychologically bad. Same, almost a similar case. So in that case also the appeal was dismissed. Now, the Honorable Supreme Court, they have discussed the principle of that is ex terpi causa non aeter acto. That means illegality defense. The person, he cannot claim compensation for a dishonorable cause, because this woman could not prove that she was totally insane at the time of incident. She does not know the gravity. She knows, but she does not know the total gravity of the offense. If she kills the mother, what happens? She doesn't know, but she wanted to kill the mother. So that is the difference between insanity. Insanity is totally not totally mental case. Here it's not like that. She could not prove that she was totally insane. The schizophrenia may exist for some time, may not exist for some time. So this incident is definitely a dishonorable incident. When you do some wrongful act, how can you get compensation for the act? Actually, this woman has to pay. Actually, of course, she's his mother. If she is her mother, if she is some other person, definitely this woman, Elika, should have paid the compensation. Now she wanted compensation from the Health University. So Health University is founded by that's why I told you it was founded by NHS Foundation Trust. It is a trust-run hospital. They don't expect any profits, just like our corporate culture. Therefore, it is a public utility hospital. Therefore, they need not pay the amount because the act itself is an unlawful activity, dishonorable activity. So once again, they have reiterated this principle. So this will be useful for the law of taught students and also for others also, because it's a case from United Kingdom Supreme Court. Better you pay attention and go through it thoroughly. Thank you very much.